mission. Come on and find me. Come on and find me. Oh, I got that one-track mind, high school design, designed for perfection. Gonna raise the question when class is in session. You better listen up, cause you're sleeping on these lessons that I'm spilling from my cup. 3 rings on my fingers, but it's never enough. Stand up and deliver when the going gets rough. I gotta laugh when your credit is to love, but I'm still giving it back and you just ain't giving up. You got me on a mission. Come on and find me.
We're on a mission. It's a new year. What's up, Sean?
We are on a mission. 2024 is going to be as awesome as we make it.
Yes, it is. New year, new you. I feel new. Did you already fail at your New Year's resolutions? That's the big question.
Me?
Yes, you.
No.
Of course not. No, we don't do that here.
Did you? No.
Yes, a little bit. No, I didn't. But actually, I did find a fun fact yesterday. Did you know, I don't know if you knew this, 80% of New Year's resolutions fail by February 1st.
I believe that.
That's a crazy number.
I believe that because no plan survives contact with the enemy. Today we had glorious visions of a wonderful new year, and then you got to get 3 kids up for school when they're used to sleeping around and all lazy. And one of them said, "This is the worst day of my life." I said, "From your lips to God's ears, I hope this is the worst day of your life, and you will live a short and beautiful existence. I hope today is the worst day of your life that you have to get up." But anyway, yes,
way to motivate your kids. Amazing.
Yeah. They're going by willpower. The kids have no vested, here's my why, because I want to have a good job someday. So I need to learn good habits now as a student. He's 5. He has no concept. Anyway, I digress.
Yeah, so we spent the last, couple weeks on this show talking about, developing your why. We talked about navigation a lot, getting that sound navigational compass ready in your business. And then, of course, inside the inner circle, which happens after we do this show, we talk about with our clients actually developing the action plan for the first quarter. We're all ready to go. We're going to finalize those today. And then it's time to hit the pavement. We're ready to get started. So before we dive into that, let's just do some housekeeping. This show is going to look a little bit different, and we're excited for that. So we have been treating this show as, the fun banter before me and Sean get into the room, our inner circle, our private business accelerator mastermind. We have too much fun here, and we're going to continue to have too much fun and maybe even more fun. So if you don't like fun, you shouldn't be here. We're just going to put that out there. You see behind me, the play button in the logo? That's what it is. It's a play button. We're here to play. We're here to have fun. So what this show is going to turn into is we're going to be diving in deeper on specific topics. We're going to keep these episodes short, actionable, 15, 20 minutes. This one's going to be more of a preview and lay down the framework for the year. But I'm excited to have some guests on. We're excited to go deeper in different topics. This will be fun. Are you excited to revamp the show a little bit based on what we've learned so far?
I'm really excited. This was all by design. We said, let's just do it so we can see what it is and then adjust. It's the perfect time to do that now in the new year. I think we know what the rhythm and flow of this jam is. So we're going to lay it down a little differently, and it's going to play beautifully with how the wick itself, the What If Inner Circle, is morphing and becoming something more based on the people that are in the community. It's becoming its own thing. It's alive, this Frankenstein monster. No, it's a beautiful thing. So love it. I'm excited.
It is beautiful. And that something you just said there is what I've been talking about a lot recently, which is just getting started, the importance of getting started. It's nice to have a new year and a fresh start, if you will. It's no different than any other day or week. If you really boil it down, I mean, New Year's was a Monday this year. So from Sunday into Monday, technically nothing changed. But psychologically, we think it's a whole new world. It's a new year, right? So if you had the idea to start something, start a project, launch a new revenue stream, start a new business, whatever it is, there's no better time than now. Your brain is fresh. It's ready to go. We want to give you the framework to do that. But if we did not start this show, if we didn't start the inner circle, if we didn't transition our business model completely, what was that, 6 months ago, 8 months ago, we wouldn't be here. And that's what I stress every day when I talk to people, is everyone wants to have the perfect picture of what it will look like. You just need the first step. You need the next step, and you need to keep taking the next step, because you will never get perfect out of the gate. This was not perfect, and it's still not perfect, but it's going somewhere.
Well, Martin Luther King Jr. said, you don't need to see the entire staircase, just the next step ahead of you. And it's true. When you're driving from New Jersey to California, you don't need to see the entire path. Your headlights just need to illuminate the next step. And also, let's not lose the communal power. Yes, there's the mindset of what's the difference between that day and this day? There is no difference. There is an enormous lift that comes. Human beings are communal creatures. We're all wolves looking for our wolf pack. We are communal creatures. And so there is a big energetic lift in people are all setting New Year's resolutions. Even if you're like, not for me. I asked somebody this past holiday, what's your New Year's resolution? What is it? I'm going to judge you for it. What is it? They said, me? Like, I have nothing to, why mess with perfection? I can do, it was a laugh, ha ha ha, but they literally have nothing. They're just going to roll from there to here. I know there's 15 things they want to change about their lives, but they're saying, nah, not me. I'll just keep doing it like I'm doing it. What a sad and deflating kind of energy it was. And so while we all had a little laugh of why mess with perfect, it's funny because obviously it's not true. We're all laughing at the fact that it's not true. You're not perfect. And yet you've deflated the energy of this conversation on New Year's Eve. We're about to toast. And you're saying, I got nothing. I haven't thought about it. I haven't done it. The whole world's doing it. The whole world just reflected on where you've been over the course of a year and where you could potentially go. And if you haven't consumed all the lessons from the journey prior, sorted all that out, found strength and purpose in it, and launched yourself into a new place in this new year, you have really missed a beautiful cycle that, whether it's natural or imposed by humanity, we've created that energy dynamic and you just missed it. Now, it's not gone forever because people are still awash in the flow of excitement and possibility and movement, and you can still find people and communities of people hard charging, and you can get in. They're not so far gone. You could be the last goose in the bee formation, because the way geese are, when that lead goose gets tired, he's going to come to the back, and you're going to move up in the pack, and you're going to be a part of this, and you're going to go. Please don't wait until it's February 1st and most people have lost the energy. Packs have moved on. People have been left behind. And now you're just finding those people going, should we all do something in February? It's kind of gray out still. Not time to plant anything. I guess we'll just kind of wait until March. I don't know what you're doing. Please don't be them. Be us. How's that?
Be us. Maybe don't be us. Go in the direction we're going. How about that?
us, the collective us, not us.
Not collective us, not these two ding dongs.
Collective us.
But I think that's a good example, because that actually happened to me in my business a few years ago, which was, resolutions are stupid. I'm not setting goals. I never hit them. This is dumb. I was the miserable energy suck at the party. I wasn't at a party doing that. It was moping in self-pity in the corner of my room. But
miserable energy suck.
It's an important lesson, because I've talked to a number of people already this week who have said, I'm not setting goals. I'm not doing resolutions. I'm not trying to change things in my business. I'm just going to see what comes. And I mean, you open yourself up for disaster. First of all, we don't need to go down that path. But if you don't, those people clearly do not have the navigational compass set in their business. They don't know where they're going long term. So they say, I'm only going to focus on the next step. When we say focus on the next step, it's because we know very clearly where we're going in 5 years, aka 6 years, because Sean doesn't like odd numbers, and 2029. So we went with 2030. That's okay. But we have that vision to say, we know that's out there. What's here along that path? And we can we can take it. But I think what I learned from that experience, I don't know, 3, 4, 5 years ago at this point, whenever it was, is I went down the path of then saying everything is a good thing. Every opportunity is a good opportunity. Every problem is the biggest problem. And you feel like a pinball in life because everything sucks your energy and attention and you have absolutely no focus in your business. So the title of this episode, New Year, New You, or Same Business, Different Year, is my corny way of saying, did you like your results the past year, the past 2 years? Or do you actually want something different? Not new, bigger goals, but do you want a different outcome and different inputs too to get different results? That's really the question that we're asking today.
There are 7 drains on every business. Most of them are engaged if you don't know where you're going. And if you do know where you're going, all of them are mitigated. And that's one thing I will say in response to what you said. And yeah, the whole architecture. Navigation is a microcosm for the entire rest of the architecture that people do the same thing with all of them. Oh, I tried that before and it didn't work. So Brandon, you were an example of, I've set goals before and it doesn't work. And you threw the whole discipline out because what you were seeing, feeling didn't sit right with you, wasn't really right, wasn't really working. You're like, most of this is bullshit. So I'm just not going to do it. Not realizing that 20% of that activity was gold that would have gotten you 80% of the result. And that happens for every single one of the rest of the disciplines. Change management's that's bullshit. Forget it. I've tried it. I've tried project management. I can't understand it. I went from, what was the one before? Right, it went from Asana to, what's the one with the T that was very popular?
Trello.
I went from Trello to Asana. I'm
to ClickUp to Monday to HubSpot to Salesforce. Yeah, you try.
Project management doesn't work. Oh my God, that's not the problem. Okay, so don't throw the whole discipline out because it hasn't worked for you in the past. It's because the 20% was buried somewhere in all the noise and confusion and all the stuff. And so please, if you haven't done proper strategic planning and have not teed yourself up to understand how to allocate your precious resources on the key projects that will leverage you further and faster, our whole game is leverage from start to finish, from the first discipline to the 10th. We are leveraging to accelerate, which is why we get a hockey stick graph on how fast your momentum will carry you towards where you want to go. But you have to leverage all the momentum along the entire way. So please don't miss the train that has just left the station. You can jump on one of the last cars. Make sure that you are planning where you're going to go just this quarter. If you can't figure it out, if you can't even get your head around some kind of 10-year push goal, for right now, let's get you the minimum you can get for the maximum effect. Just plan your next quarter. Before this week is over, plan what will happen by the end of the quarter. Set some targets, look into OKRs if you need to, but please do something with or without us. And what's the easiest thing they could do, Brandon? It takes like what? Less than 10 minutes?
Yeah, I was just going to say the biggest thing that holds people back, I'll put it on the screen here, is what I find a lack of clarity. I already hinted at this. It's, you don't know where you want to go, but you also don't know what's happening in your business. And you don't know what the real-time results of your operations are. So that's why on the screen here, if you go to whatif.com, Sean has used this assessment. Maybe you can give us a little bit of the background on how that ties into the harmonious architecture before we wrap up. But we use this with all our clients repeatedly, multiple times, because it gives us the real-time look into their business. So we can say, oh, you think you might have a lead problem. You have, I don't know, I'm making stuff up, a legal problem. And that's resulting in what's showing as a lead problem.
Yeah.
So Sean, give us a little bit of insight of what the bad is, how you've used it, and how that ties to the architecture. And then we're getting out of here for this week.
So over those 25 years of working with some of the biggest brands in the world and me realizing that all business is the same, I found that if I asked just a simple handful of questions for each of the 10 disciplines that were out there, whether you know what the 10 are not, if I asked you a handful of questions, each of the 10, that in under 10 minutes, if you answer those questions honestly, I could give you an extremely accurate assessment of where you are in your business and the exact things you need to work on and get better at in order to move yourself forward astronomically. This is the flux capacitor. This is how time travel happens. I could accelerate your growth in a way that is easy by getting to the root cause of your problems, solving them there, and then proliferating that power, that leverage, that energy throughout the rest of your business. That's a lot of fancy words to be able to say that in just asking 5 questions in each of these disciplines, I know pretty much what's going on in your business with an 80%. So imagine in less than 10 minutes, I could ask you a series of questions that would get us 80% accuracy on where you are and where you need to go in order and what you need to do in order to get to where you want to go. That worked at that level of company that used to charge 6 figures for that analysis. I've now found a way to make it in under 10 minutes and free. Let's just leave that there. That's what that is. Okay. And so that's what the bad is. It's the business architecture diagnostic. We call it the bad. And it works all the time, every time, even when people say this is never going to work. How could you know that much just by this little amount of effort from me? Oh my God, I did the effort and I got this massive result. How did you do it? Magic. But if you think that could not possibly be true, I want you to prove me wrong. Take the diagnostic. And if you don't get value, then get on the phone with me and tell me I'm full of it. That's never happened in all the years we've been using it. So please be the first. Call me out. And if not, take the value. Thank me later. You can send us something next year around Christmas time. Here's a nice card. Thank you. What if? Well,
Yeah, if nothing else, take it to prove us wrong. That's the new challenge. Take it. Okay, so here's the sequence. It's free. It takes less than 10 minutes.
Yeah.
It will also, it'll generate a report in all of the 10 disciplines and basically give you the action steps you need to take to remedy whatever problem is happening in your business. If you go through that sequence, you take it, you read the report, you put into action something based on what you read, you will get results. And you never have to communicate with anybody, any human being to do that. We're not here. It's not a sales tool, or some people use PDF reports as lead magnets and they're generated in ChatGPT. No, this is nothing like that.
I don't want to talk to anybody.
Yeah. Do you think that guy wants to talk to people?
I don't want to talk to you. Take the thing. And if you're like, oh, you're full of it, now I want to talk to you. Let's talk. Is it not? I want someone to break it, because if you can break it, then good. Now we're making some progress. Help me make it better. But if I'm right and you're wrong, you know what you lose? 10 minutes, and probably you would have been paying hundreds of thousands of dollars over the years to fix all the issues and find all the good stuff. Take it for free. Just go. And then you're going to be like, oh, they were right. Maybe they're right about other stuff. That's it. That's the only game we're playing. That's it. Massive value. Maybe we're right. Maybe you want to come play with us. And maybe we'll let you. I don't know.
If you say nice things to us, we'll let you.
Is this awful? Does this make you want to go take this diagnostic and not get massive value? So you can call me out. I hope it does. But you're going to be like, oh, shucks, he was right. Look at all this value. And then we'll all laugh and have a good time over it. And then maybe you can come play with us. We're going with that route. How's that?
I like it. I like the feel for it. So we're going to wrap up. Now that this is an actual show that we put effort into and think about, which is not new for us, but it's new for this show. And we're excited about it. Next week, I have a fun topic lined up. You don't know about it. I'm surprising you right now. How do you feel about it? Sean loves nothing more than when I do this and I surprise him live on video. It's not that bad, but it's a topic a lot of people talk about and fight about. And that is why your sales and marketing departments are on the same team. How do you feel about that?
Yeah. Oh, that's
Yeah.
good. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, cool.
Oh, socks. I did say I needed socks. All right. A nice surprise.
Okay. Now, lastly, before we wrap up, I just realized, and we're not going to do this right now, this show doesn't have a name. We need to name the show.
Oh, well, don't open it up to the public. Well, let's.
I want to know in the comments, what should we name this show? What do you think? You've watched enough of our craziness here. What do you think? We talk about Harmonious. We're What If. Give us your ideas. We got to find a name. We got to do all that fun stuff. But I don't know. I'll come up with a few. You come up with a few. We'll vote. We'll put it out to the people.
Big jerk in the beard. How dare you? I'm trying.
If you say that too fast, it might be an X-rated show. So we're going to not use that title.
Oh, Brandon. All right. Yes.
On that note, we've had too much fun. If you don't like fun, you should not be here. Please unsubscribe. Do not watch this show. But if you want to grow your business, have fun, and put them both together, well, we're for you. Come play with us. Come play in our sandbox. We'll see you next week talking about sales and marketing. They're on the same team. We're excited. We're going to disrupt the way you think about it. See you next time on whatever the show is called.
Day.